Mic check 1 2 1 2. How's everybody doing out there today? Awesome to see everybody. Let's get into it. So I wanted to make this a quick video. Try not to bore you to death. We're going to talk about the things that I'm seeing out there. Obviously, my earnings for ending of last week and where we're at going into the weekend. And funny, Uber made a change on their vehicle requirement list. Not in the sense of what vehicles they're adding, but in this. Apparently, vehicle eligibility rules are changing again. Now, this is strictly for the upper platforms on Uber. And it says here, "Hi, Richard. We recently reached out to remind you about your vehicle year requirements." Now, if you've been driving Lux SUV or Premier SUV, you've been seeing these things, right? Lyft did the same thing. And all the new vehicles were supposed to go in March 1st. I've been scouring the internet. I'm not seeing anything on there about vehicle updates. I know that if you drive a Cadillac XT6, you've been updated, but I regress. Anyway, they're saying here that now Uber again is going to push back for 2015 vehicles. And I have to assume 2016 vehicles also because it's the 5-year rule, right? And we are in 2022. Now the Uber Premier and Uber Premier SUV, your 2015 vehicle will no longer be eligible for these trips starting July 1st. It was supposed to be March 1st. But, you know, hey, kudos to those out there that are still pushing these vehicles because, I mean, let's be honest, they're expensive as hell. And if the rides aren't there, is it really worth the expense? Which brings me into my next topic, what I'm seeing out there. So since I've gotten the Lyft Lux Black XL, I have noticed that my requests in Fort Lauderdale have been through the roof. The majority of my rides are basically Lyft Lux Black. Oh, we're going the wrong way here. Sorry about that. Boom! Right? So as you can see here on this map, and I'm going to show you an Uber matching map at the same time. Lyft with their new bonuses as far as, the streaks, 3 in a row. Now, not everybody gets the same 3 streaks at the same time every day. I think it's tailored to what the algorithm's seeing you do when you work, trying to maneuver you a little bit into working when you wouldn't normally work. But as you can see on the new app update with Lyft, there's a lot of little, taco money out there, man. There's little bonuses here and there. So that's cool. But again, I'm noticing, Uber still has the same ones. Now you can see this was at 320. This one was taken at 321. Your markets might be different, depending on how your, I hate to say this, schools work, and how your rush hours are. Because obviously they're not just going to throw you bonuses just to throw you bonuses. No. So what I'm seeing, though, is that my my Lyft requests are just massively increased over my Uber requests. Now, I don't know if it's because we're in spring break. I don't know if Lyft is doing something a little more beneficial, I guess, to the riders. Maybe there's promotions in there, things of that nature. Let's unlock the phone. There we go. As you can see, I'm just opening this up. We'll move the map around. Right? We got little bonuses here and there. Wait a second. There we go. It keeps wanting to come back. That's not good. Anyway, we're looking at a lot of Lyft rides. Working this week, I've got in 16 hours, 25 rides. And we can see that, I'm putting in rides. And you guys know I don't put in those kind of rides. Last night was pretty good for a Thursday night. Not bad. But what really makes these work, there was an $18 3-ride streak. I had another $18 3-ride streak. yesterday. So wasn't bad for yesterday, right? 11 rides though. That's the point. I only took 2 Uber rides last night. No, I'm sorry. 1 Uber ride last night. Uber Premier. It was like a $9 ride with a $4 tip, something like that. 13, 14 bucks. But Lyft is keeping me busy. Lux, Lyft XL, Lux, Lyft XL, Lux Black, Lyft XL, Lux, Lyft XL. So, they're keeping me busy. And as long as they decide to keep me busy here from Tuesday night, didn't work Wednesday, Tuesday night, went out for 3.5 hours, 6 rides, $107. I mean, the numbers are there. Streak bonus, $12. And they fluctuate and they change. And I'll show you where you can see your streak bonuses. So yeah, it's Lyft is, they're making money, right? They're making me money. So when you open up your app and you see your earnings here, you always got to, well, actually, you don't even have to do that. You can go right here. And this will tell you what your bonuses are for the week, right? And as you can see today on Friday, understand we have spring break down here. But it's every other hour I've got some streaks. I don't know what this earned points mess is, and I don't care. I care about money. So 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then tonight, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. They're even giving you 2-hour increments to make those 3 rides. So they're giving you enough time. 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and I won't work past midnight. Shouldn't have to. I'm going to try to get out by 1 today. I've got a client I got to take to the port. They're sailing on the new Royal Caribbean, and then I'm going to flip them on and see what we can do. I never work during these times. This 11 a.m. or 1 o'clock or 3, I just don't do it. Anyway, the streaks are there. You got to look to see if you got them. And then these will populate tomorrow for me. All right. So, like I said, right now I'm at 16 hours, $491 on the app. That works out to just a hair over $30 an hour. We're okay with that. Uber driver. Here we go. Fire it up. Earnings this week. It's not terrible, right? But I've got 7 trips, $111 for 4 hours. So just a little under my number, but not much. It's like $28 an hour. But again, I'm at 25 trips on Lyft, 7 trips on Uber. And it's not like I don't have the Uber app on. If I'm not on a ride, I've got both apps open. But if Lyft is keeping me busy, and this is what you need to do in your area, brings me to this point. You always have to know your market, right? Your market is going to let you know where your Uber rides are. So in other words, if I go more north, Boca Del Rey, it's a lot more Uber for me than it is Lyft. But if I stay in the Fort Lauderdale area, and you got to understand, not only we got spring break, but we got tourism and everything else coming back in. Cruise ships are starting to fill up. So, you got to be aware of this stuff. But Lyft has been dominant in Fort Lauderdale, where in years past, Uber was dominant in Fort Lauderdale, and Lyft was pretty dominant in Miami. So, just something to think about. All right. The other thing, too, is I haven't taken many rides, but what's happening is, my rating's still up there, 499. That hasn't changed. Acceptance percentage, it's dropping because my number of rides are dropping. So let's see if it fires up for us here. There we go. Remember, this was up around 80, 90 in trips requests, but I'm down to 52. So, I'm probably going to lose this little destination. Let me know where we're going. But, that's just the way it is, bro. What do you want me to do? I got to make my money. So we're at $600 right now for the week, going into the weekend. I guess I got a text message somewhere. All right. So the other thing, too, that I've been noticing, and I'm going to switch over here to the charts because I know y'all like to look at the charts. I know none of y'all like to look at the charts, but we're going to switch over to the charts real quick. Let's transition that. Bam. Okay. One thing I'm noticing with my riders, Uber and Lyft still have us under the mask requirement. And by all means, I suggest you follow that requirement. I wear my mask all the time when I got a rider in the car. If I'm picking up, I put on the mask. Why do I put on the mask? 2 reasons. Number one, I've never had COVID that I'm aware of, but the apps want you to wear it. They want the clients, the riders, to feel comfortable. How you handle them wearing a mask, I've got no comments on that. That's up to you. You do what you got to do. But we have seen where, and I've been hearing a lot of it, where riders are telling me that they've had to switch platforms from Uber to Lyft or Lyft to Uber because drivers are reporting that those folks aren't wearing masks. Listen, we all got rules. We're supposed to follow them. You do what you got to do. But I know riders are telling me, hey, you don't need to wear your mask. We're all good. We're vaccinated, triple vax, quadruple vaxxed, whatever. Listen, adhere to the apps. If you have a dash cam, then you're even more protected. So if somebody tries to get out of paying for a ride, which spring break, there's going to be a lot of surge. There's going to be a lot of drunk, amateur hour drunk young people. And when they get that bill the next morning, they're going to be looking to figure out a way how to screw us, the drivers. So I would say get you a dash cam, put it up there in these situations. I know North Carolina's got a big spring break. St. Padre Island, I think it is. South Padre Island, big spring break. Lake Havasu, big spring break. And obviously Fort Lauderdale, the Mac Daddy of spring breaks. So be aware of what you're doing out there. Make sure you keep on your masks. Okay, getting into the charts real quick. Again, for investments, listen, the market is all over the damn place. Unless you're in oil and oil going up, not down, everything else is all screwed up. Again, with Lyft, still not into, it hasn't broken this major support level for me. Remember, there's a gap in here. I want to see it into this gap zone. I'm looking to pick it up around $31, $32, and then we'll buy some shares and sit on them. Uber's not faring too well right here. Uber can't find its bottom. I don't know if this is going to be a bottom. We still have to wait a couple of days. But again, we're way past my buy zone, right? When it filled this gap in here, we're way past that zone. Now I'm looking for it to get down around 28 bucks. If we can get down to 28, 28.50, I would say definitely then Uber is a buy. I don't know, going forward with the economy opening up and people getting back to normal, I would say, it's not a bad time to be driving Uber. It's not a bad time at all. You're getting in with people coming back to the market. There's not a lot of drivers out there. You can tell by the apps that they're extending vehicles on, which means people are not onboarding new vehicles. Short term, it's a lot of money to be made if you put in the work. Long term, it's going to remain to be seen. Anyway, with that, I'm done. Check us out. Please hit that subscribe button, like button, comment button. I know my videos haven't been getting a lot of views, but I'm going to keep putting them out anyway because that's how I roll. Peace out.